$5 a month, but then they're only accessible to viewing those videos, but they have no control over anything else. I already said the opening. We could do using Patreon, which I set up for John to take a look at, and allow our members to pay through there, allowing them strict access to those videos, if and only if they pay each month on the first of the month, and then if they stop paying, they stop getting access to it. But they don't have any say. They don't have any say on anything in the meeting. And then I thought, another stage to that could be somebody paying $24 or $25 on Patreon might have the right to come in and say, I want to leave my 2 cents. No, actually, I did that wrong. Hold on a second. I gotta pull it up now because John, say something just so I don't look like an idiot.
Yeah.
It's good, nummy.
Okay, so I got the Patreon page up. You don't talk fast enough, John. Forget it. And so on the stream, if you guys look on the stream side, you'll see it. Everybody has a right to pay $1 per month just to support. It doesn't give you anything at all. You're just supporting it. Actually, on Patreon, you can pay whatever you want. But the thing is, it's more like a donation. And how it works is that the amounts that you pay give you back rewards. Like in our case, would be paying $5 a month would be in the category of just peeking in on the meeting. In other words, just seeing the videos, just having the right to look at the videos after we did the meetings. They don't have a say. They don't have any vote or anything of the sort. Then after talking to a couple people, and I thought, hey, this would be cool. What about adding my 2 cents to the meetings, allowing some members to give their 2 cents, not votes, but here's what we'd like to have talked about, so that we a higher tier. And then we go up to the next level up, and then I included that we thought maybe have it where hey, if you pay $25, your Mardox membership's already paid for, but you can actually attend the meetings through Patreon instead of John Mardox. So this is a structure that I set up real quick. What do you guys think about it? Should we allow this structure, or should it just be $24.95 at Mardox? That's it. That's all. No gimmicks. No lower tiers. Boom.
So what? Explain again. What would be the purpose of the town hall meeting?
For us to talk about projects are coming up, products and services. Benefits, and whatever we want as to develop the community. The idea behind it is so that it's not just me making all the decisions, it's the actual. Good grief, Josh, please, Josh, mute. Good grief, man. God, just blew up my eardrum. Instead of
what?
Yeah, thanks. People do watch this, they do have headphones on, they watch it. It's terrible. But it would be, right now it's just me making the decisions, and what I hate is when I ask somebody, and I see it in the group and I see it in my family, hey, take a look at the page. What do you think? And it happened just the other day. I asked my wife, I asked my 2 daughters, what do you think of the landing page? And they said, yeah, looks good, yeah, liked it, yeah. And I went, okay, I looked at it. And over the next 2 days, I got, well, what happened to Mardox? Is it closed? It looks like it's a placeholder page. See my problem? Family is more likely going to say, yes, I like what you did, just to make you happy. And I don't blame them. I mean, I say things to my daughter sometimes. Yeah, I like what you wrote. Yeah,
Is that any better?
Well,
yeah, that's better. No, you did something that made a huge amount of noise.
Also, if they don't have that that internet marketing perspective from looking at websites and stuff like this, they may not have quite gotten it that it looks like a placeholder page. You see?
Yeah, that's it. I just want to avoid the problems of a lot of big companies fail because one person makes all the decisions. And that person might think they're the best of the best, and they're not necessarily the best person to make those decisions. Even though you might be a CEO, it doesn't mean you're the best of the best.
What's interesting to me, though, you said these people were contacting you and this and that and the other thing, wanting to be a part of this, but don't want to pay any money.
Well, no, not that they don't want to pay any money. They don't want to pay $24.95 just to have access to the
That's what I mean. They don't want to pay the membership fee.
Yeah.
Okay, but uh, this is for the development of Mardocs. Uh, I don't know.
It's a tough one.
That's weird to me.
Because let's take Lauren, which I don't want to insult Lauren, but let's face it, her budget's tight. She might be able
Right.
to afford $5 a month to be able to watch those videos and at least know what's going on. Let's call it like the insider scoop for $5. Whereas I could probably easily pay $100 a month for my membership, whereas you can't right now. $100, €100 or $200 a month, or a huge amount would be too much of that membership cost, right? But 24, you're able to to make it fit, right? It depends on everyone's budget. I'm not justifying it. I'm just telling you where the idea is coming from. I
Yeah.
understand where they're coming
Yeah.
from. So
Yeah.
so the question we got to look at is: do we want to say to these members, look, if you can't afford to pay $24.95, screw it, or do we try to accommodate them in some way?
Hmm.
That's the big question. You see?
If people, if people, are serious about wanting to give serious input, um, I guess that's fine. But they need to be willing, yeah, to pay a little something, and yeah,
Because I don't want
and
to
I,
get.
the
Uh,
tier thing you have, yeah,
Well, I'm worried about something else too. We got to be careful. This isn't a for sure thing because when we do these meetings, everybody that we're doing the meetings with have to understand that you just don't go out and blab it to everybody else because there's going to be stuff
yeah,
talked about there that upcoming projects and release dates that we don't go and tell people. Hey man, there's a new thing coming up next week. Um, we want to be careful there too. So. The other question I had was $5. Sure, you get access to the video, you get to watch what was said in the meeting, but then you turn around and go blah 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 for something that's only going to be released in a month.
that's the other thing,
Yeah. So that's on my other hand is this is exactly the town hall meeting. This is exactly what we're talking about right now. This is a perfect example of what we're doing.
yeah,
There's a problem. We need to talk about it. Let's get everybody's views on it, and then we make a decision.
No, there's another way around it.
What's that?
If you're worried about people that have tight budgets, you can do something along the lines of, hey, volunteer to work our support desk for a couple hours a month and pay for your membership.
Say that again.
You can say, hey, if you can't afford the membership, we'll put you to work, and you can volunteer a couple hours of work answering support tickets to pay for your membership.
Oh my God, that's free sport tickets. Don't use Mardocs. Go over here instead.
No, I'm saying
Yeah.
for those that can't afford
Well,
then
well, you
just
got
put them to work and
yeah.
put them to work.
Well, there is already a program in place. It's the Mardocs in-house credit. Because you can achieve that goal of the in-house credit and pay your membership with the in-house credit, and then you're a paid member.
Yeah, but that's by referring people.
No, there's other ways to earn. There's other ways to earn the credit. It's not just referring people. No. Hold on now. Hold on now. In-house credit has nothing to do with referring people. If you refer somebody and that person becomes a paid member, that's cold hard cash you earned. That gets paid out to your wallet, your actual pocket. Yeah. That 30% goes to you. If a member comes in under you and pays cash, then you earn 30%. But the in-house credit is all the extra credits that you earn inside Mardocs, the log in each state at 10 cents and 25-cent stuff, all that stuff. Doing other tasks because we do have some tasks that are as high as $5 a shot, depending on if you know where it is, which I'm not going to tell because that's top secret. Not even John knows.
Ah.
I know because I don't see no $5. No, but if somebody comes in and says, "Hey Nelson, I found a bug, and it's pretty serious," I look at it and yeah, you're the one that found it. I give you a $5 in-house credit, and so you find 5 of those in a month, 5 issues, you got your month's paid. So there's a lot that you can do. Yeah, we're already on that track. So but then it's to get people dedicated. That's John's task.
No.
Like I said, I set up the Patreon account right now. It's just bare bones. If we don't use it for this, we can use it for other stuff. I mean, we could do it for our live chats, donate, and then we can give you merch, and we can do prizes on there instead. It's not a lost cause. I set it up. It took me all of 15 minutes, and didn't cost me anything to set up. So it was more.
I still have trouble. I still have trouble with that wording on the Patreon side.
What's that?
Because it says get, excuse me, get blah 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 reward. So it seems like you're getting something and not giving it.
Well,
You see what
you are getting something. You're getting something if you pay that per month.
Yeah, sure, but it seems like you're getting the money. You see, the way it's worded at the moment, to me, it looks like
But again, it's not something I chose. When I go through the interface, we can like for I got the title and I got the body of the wording, but the pricing and the way it's laid out, it's all them.
uh-huh.
That's not anything that I can choose to change. And I
Mm,
don't know if it's just thousands and thousands of people have figured out that okay, this is how it works, and no one said anything. But I do
yeah.
understand where you come from because it looks like, hey, well, it's kind of touchy. Like how would you get merchandise and get paid that amount? That part I don't see.
Yeah, yeah. That's what it kind of confused me, huh?
Because Patreon does the one thing they want to stay away from is the word donation. You
Hmm.
know, a lot of YouTubers and Twitch people come in here and they use this to tell their members. You'll hear in a lot of videos, please support us on Patreon. So the person goes over to Patreon and they'll pay $5 a month to support. So like I support Philip DeFranco, and when I pay $10 a month, I get something in return. You see, they actually mail me something or whatever it is. If you go up to $100 a month, it's called the insanely expensive coffee mug club. You know, because they send you a different coffee mug, a Philip DeFranco coffee mug every month. And God, I would hate to have 12 mugs. Seriously, I just stack them on my shelf. You know, but they're all
My
designed.
wife would kill me.
They're all designed differently, and the designs are made the current month. So no one knows until that month during one of his shows what the design's going to be on the mug. You see,
Okay.
and it's called the insanely expensive coffee mug club. You know, so he's got all these different tiers, and that's how he supports his channel with 15,000 people supporting it. So we could do the same thing just on videos, have nothing to do with the town hall. It's just, like I
Mm.
said, this is just I just put this out there. See, the question today is: does it have to be a fully paid member at Mardocs, or can we set up something else? Is it a good idea or not? And I got pros and cons on my side too. Like I said, at $5, I don't want
Yeah,
someone
it's
to go and
difficult.
blab.
It's difficult.
It's a tough one, you
It's
know. And
really
and
difficult.
and a town hall meeting has already caused us to lose some members. I already got people saying, "Close my account," like because well, for what reason? I said that's no problem. I'll close your account. And they said, "Well, I can't be part of your meetings. Why are you putting up a brick wall and dividing people?" I said, "Well, there's free and paid membership. There's already a division. You know, free people don't get access to everything. Paid members do. You know,
That's some people are really strange.
yeah, it is right. You know, it's already understood. There's a division. You know, and we're doing pretty good. We only have one division. Okay, now well, one division. This one could be seen as two, but it's actually the same division.
Is this a segregation issue?
Yeah, yeah. There you go. Just has nothing to do with sex.
Oh, jeez.
What do you think, Dad? You're pretty quiet over here. Oh, because you're muted. Oh,
Yeah.
what do you
My
think?
thought is that if you're a paid member, you can talk. If
Yeah,
you're not, tough luck.
right. But can people have use Patreon to get in and see the videos, or do we exclude that totally? In other words, 24.95
Well,
a
I
month or
would
nothing.
not let them see the videos. 'Cause like you said, they'll spread it all over Hell's Acres. So
Well, there's going to be people
that
doing.
doesn't
Yeah,
work.
but there's going to be people doing it anyways. I know we got blah blahs. You know.
Yeah, but then you'll know who it is.
Yeah, yeah. That's for sure.
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, if we don't talk about the stuff during the regular live chats that we would talk about in the town hall,
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
yeah, then if something got out, then we would know, okay, at least in the small circle, uh, who could be among the folks who let the cat out of the bag.
Yeah. Well, a
Yeah.
small circle it could be actually get pretty big real fast.
Yeah, I can.
But
Yeah,
on the other hand, Nelson, if you're a free member, it says it right there. What else do you want?
Well, they want a lot. They want a lot. If you go
You
back,
know, you don't get it.
today.
Uh,
That's the problem today. People want way too much for free.
It's the same when you go and you get, say, an antivirus. You have the basic, it's free, download, install, but you're not going to get
Yeah,
everything that comes with the antivirus. It's impossible. And
uh,
if you're stuck with it, you're stuck with
yeah,
it.
that's getting touchy with laws now because antivirus they're looking at that as extortion now, because okay, your computer's infected. Oh, but you have to pay us now. So the legislation is coming down to companies are going to have to say either you buy it, period, or you don't get it, period. There's going to be no more free version because companies are actually making their own viruses so that you upgrade to their program because they're the ones making the virus.
You're kidding me,
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, one company got caught at that.
Yeah.
Really?
The day before the virus came out, they sent you the update to get rid of it, and it was their virus.
Yeah, they made it. It wasn't a malicious virus, but it was a virus that your computer would detect, you know.
But you had the patch the day before the virus came out.
Yeah. There's extortion cases all up the seaboard with when it comes to antivirus and malware and there's
And the other thing on antivirus is, for a second, I downloaded 5 free, and they all say the other ones are viruses.
well, because an antivirus program actually works as like a virus in memory. It actually does.
That, and if you have multiple antivirus programs, they fight each other.
Yeah,
you can't time.
Because they operate like a virus in the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. There was a program that I caught. I installed it, and you know about this one, Dad. I told you we were working on an antivirus or malware program. The guy behind the scenes was saying, "Oh yeah, it's really great. Look, we scanned the computer. It would say 8,000 problems. Do you want to fix them? Click the button, and it goes, brrr, okay, fixed. And then you scan it again. It says nothing. It says 0 problems found. Right? Everything's fixed. And then I installed it on another computer. It was a brand new, fresh computer. 8,000 problems. It was like a random number around that range, right? And then it would scan through and say, okay, everything's fixed. You try it again, nothing found, all good. What he was doing was choosing a number at random out of a list of problems, show the problems on the screen, and when you click that button to say update or fix the problems, it would put a little flag in the registry in your Windows saying, okay, you fixed it. The second time around, it would look at the registry and say, oh, okay, you already fixed it, so put up 0. And then, if you're more than a couple days old, start over with the process. You see? Yeah. So you buy his updates because you think you're fixing your computer. In reality, it's doing nothing. Absolutely nothing.
You do it one day, and the next day, you power up your computer, run it right away, and you get the same problem.
7,000 problems.
The same numbers come up.
Yeah, or close. Yeah, close. You know.
Hello, Cheryl. Okay,
hello.
She waved.
Hello. Hello. So, So.
But to get back to your town hall there.
Yeah. Well, hour. Use the word hour.
John's town hall.
Yeah, John's town hall. John's the chairperson.
And paid members, fine. Others sucks to be you. That's all.
So $24.95 or nothing, right? Well, or unless you get the rebated price, because some of you got $19.95 right now.
Well, if they're paid members, that's fine.
Yeah, because we got grandfather clause members at $19.95, and me at $9. I wonder how I got that. I go back a long way.
Tell Michael he needs to come on the air.
Michael.
Damn internet.
Michael, make a decision here.
So did you go over the GDPR complaint?
Yeah, no, we're going to do that next. We're going to do that next. That is pretty serious. It's like, our live videos.
I was talking yesterday to him. He's like, I haven't heard of this.
No, I didn't. But don't go too far into it. We're not there yet. But our videos get really complicated with that. We may not be able to do the live chat anymore unless everybody signs an agreement or a release form. Because then what? I want to delete everything that has to do with me. I'll have to go back and edit 300 videos and take John's face out.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't make any sense, you know. So
there's got to be.
No. I talked to a lawyer today. I need to have a release form signed and they have to understand that they're on these videos. If they don't want to be there, they're not to present.
Yeah, but John already put up his disclaimer.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, they don't 20 years. That'll be fine paying. You're good.
No. I already checked with a lawyer who knows about this. I already called him this morning. I spent about an hour on the phone with him. Now I got a $150 bill to pay. Anybody want to donate on Patreon for me?
You gotta be kidding me. Here you got legal insurance. You don't have that?
Well, actually, no. Quebec does not have legal insurance.
You gotta be kidding me.
No, I'm not.
Here in the States, it's so common to deal with lawyers that you kind of have legal insurance nowadays.
Well, I can go to a lawyer's office and say, I want to pay you a monthly fee and it'll cost me less because I'm already paying a retainer.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I can't
I'm
go.
talking about an actual lawyer.
The province, the
We
province.
have prepaid legal here, or
Yeah. I know. We have prepaid legal also, but it's not accepted here in Quebec. It's not allowed. So yeah, no, it hasn't been here for ages. Hey, Mike, seriously, buddy, get in the show because we're taking a vote here, and if you're not in, your vote doesn't count.
We're talking about Mike.
I was wondering what was in Cheryl's window there. Yeah, we're talking about Mike and his darn internet. Well, since Mike's not coming in, so John, are you okay with $24.95 or nothing? It's a tough
Yeah,
one.
I mean, it's difficult to let these people who are not paid members to be a part of
Well,
something upper
yeah.
echelon.
What we could do is, as a free member, you could put in a suggestion.
Yeah, that's okay.
You know.
I mean, we always ask folks for suggestions and stuff. That's a different thing.
Yeah, and then in the
And
meeting we can talk about those suggestions.
yeah,
But they won't get to hear the town hall, so they can't send suggestions.
No, but they find out after we're done with dealing with it. We'll tell the people what we decided.
I mean, because people need to get to a point where they either choose to be a dedicated part of something in one way or another or not.
Right.
So that's kind of what it's all about.
You put your right
Because
foot in, you put your right foot out.
we
That's what it's all about. Sorry, I had to. It's the drugs.
because we're encouraging people here at Mardots to step out of their comfort zone. First of all, get motivated and do something in order to enhance your start your business, build your business, this, that, and the other thing. And this requires effort. It requires investment in both time and money, at a certain point. There's stuff that we can do with free, but it only goes so far. And it's just not fair to the people who do shell out the money. Because, yeah, I understand some people, they can't afford blah, 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 blah. Okay, then they just have to participate at the level at which they can afford, you see, because you cannot always make things too cheap for more people to be able to afford it, because you get to a certain point where it's just too cheap, you see.
Yeah.
Or
Oh but if they were to pay the $5, it's just to watch those videos. It's not to give them access to Mardocs anyway whatsoever.
Yeah.
But if they're not members, what did he need access to the video?
Well, no, they would have to be members at Mardocs. But to be able to be able to sneak peek into what we're talking about in the meetings would be an example of the $5 or 10 or whatever amount. You see, you still have to.
If I understand, the video will be released. I thought it was going to be kept just for members.
Well, it's for paid members. The videos will be available on the Mardocs website for the paid members.
Yeah. Okay.
The idea was I was coming up with was paid in what way? Do we limit it to $24.95, or do we give some tiers, give some other people some flexible accessibility to see what we're talking about, or is it just $24.95?
If you start that, you're going to have tiers in everything that you do in the future.
Yeah, there's that too. Yeah, and
it's a stone gathering dust, and it never stops.
Tumbleweed, Dad. We call it tumbleweed. If Mike were to get in and talk,
yeah, but I don't live in Germany.
I said Mike, not John.
Oh. I don't know if we have tumbleweed.
That's how we keep John awake. Otherwise, his head goes down.
Why do you think I have cameras? So when my head hits the desk, we're good.
That's it.
There's a bell down there. Ding! Oh, time to get up.
Oh, I didn't change the title or date on the video before we started on Twitch. So sorry, everybody. I'll update that later. It's the wrong. It's Wednesday today. I didn't touch Twitch at all, and we're broadcasting already. It's like Oh, what's being written? No, it isn't. It's bail. Cheryl, Mike. Yeah, Mike. Yeah, Mike. Get in here, Mike. Michael. Darn internet. Okay, so
Michael, the
well,
PI, the
let's
public interferer.
yeah, let's move on to something that Josh came up with and put on the interwebs and it scared the crap out of me last night. It's called the GDPR, and when he came up with it, I thought I went, what? I haven't seen anything like this, and I'm in a lot of tech forums, and granted, this is for web. This is more web development forums that you'd have to be in. I'm in programming forums, but he's right. This is fucking serious, and for John, for Danny, for Sarah, for Brianna, for everybody. And what the blah, 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 what the GDPR stands for is hold on a second. Do you remember what it stands for? General Data Protection Regulation. Okay. The European Union is enacted at the beginning of May 25th, 2018. The version is that the GDPR says that the users have complete control over their data, and you have to tell them why you need it, at which point they can give you the go-ahead or not. Particularly, however, it's a little more complicated than that. And the document, I'm going to give the link in the description of the video. But if down here, what was the penalty again if you're not compliant? If you
20 million euros.
Yeah. If you are found to have been in non-compliance, you can be fined up to 20 million euros per,
which is a lot more than dollars.
Yeah, and it's not per transaction. It's not per violation. If you have 10,000 violations, they cannot exceed 20 million euros. Now, I don't know about you, John. Do you have 20 million euros floating around? I don't.
Yeah.
That's like almost $30 million right now, Canadian. Okay, to give you guys some insight. Now, what this is when you go to a website. And you often see this, and we're in violation right now.
In the U.S., that would be 24.7 million.
Yeah, that's what I said. 25, 30 million.
Yeah,
it's about 30 million.
Let's see here. The Canadian dollar, that would be 31.2 million.
And I said 30 million. So it's pretty. 1.2. Who cares? At that point, who cares anymore? You know.
Yeah, it's a lot of.
I would care.
No. At 1.2 million, at 1.2 million difference, any bridge, any building looks just the same.
Until it's coming out of your wallet.
No. I mean. That's nasty. Okay, no, I'm not thinking suicide. But what this means is, and Mardox right now is in violation of this, perfectly in violation of this right now. And when you go to the Mardox landing page, and you go to sign up, all you get is name and email address. We are required to put in a little checkbox that says, I agree to the terms and conditions. And then the terms and conditions need some specific things added in as to how do I delete my data, how do I delete my account, how do I close my account, so on and so forth. You need very specific directions as to where to go to close this. The deleting your account, and I checked in on this, Josh. The deleting your account is everything not including accounting or legal documentation. So if you have legal documents on a person, you're not obliged to delete legal documents or, for IRS and stuff like that. You don't have to delete that. But if you're like on Mardox, there's social feed. If they say, John says, okay, I'm done with this, I'm deleting it. It's social feed, images, photos, videos, posts. Any tracking information, all that stuff except for accounting would all have to be deleted from our database permanently. Not we'll get around to it. You see?
Which I think is kind of ridiculous when one comes on a public forum.
Well,
no, I mean
the European Union, dude. I mean, you live there.
yeah, this is dangerous for you right now, John.
Yeah, no. What?
You realize you live there, right?
Let John speak.
With all of this ridiculous, I think it's just getting a bit carried away because when you're on a forum that, for one thing, you know it's going to be public, or for another thing that you know that this forum, if you post things to this forum, upload things to this forum, that the information is going to be there, and you decide not to be a part of it anymore. unless it's like really personal or whatever illegal stuff or something like that. I mean, come on,
Oh,
you know.
hold on now. Hold on. I'll give you an example, okay? You come in.
Yeah.
You come into to Mardox, and you're all hyped. Hey, this is a great program. I'm gonna start posting stuff in the social feed. Your name is on this. It says John Brewer. Okay, it's not anonymous, right? And then you find out that we're a scam. You find out
Hmm.
something behind the scenes that we got investigation. The IRS is coming in and checking us out, which is not true, but now you don't want your name attached to this because now there's publicly people are seeing John Brewer is attached to Mardox.com. And if you want to delete your information, you have the right to delete that, even if it is
I
public.
see your point there. Yeah.
That's it. What the biggest one of the biggest problem was is like LinkedIn. They're taking your information and they're saying to other organizations, "Here, you can have access to this as long as you pay us." Facebook, same thing. Here's our API. You have access to the information. And meanwhile, users are saying, like I was saying the other day, there's shadow accounts which are now illegal. If my like when you go type in on Facebook Danny Buck, it says Danny Buck, Sherbrooke, Quebec, because somebody in Facebook said, like in my case, my dad's name is Danny Buck. You might have a brother or a sister that's on there and says, I have a brother named Danny Buck. That made a shadow account for my dad. My dad should have the right to go in and say, delete all records of me, shadow account or real. You see? So
Yeah.
he didn't choose to be on there. That's where this is getting to.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
what,
Yeah.
yeah,
Sure.
but
Sure.
what we're bringing up is that you guys want to set up membership sites and stuff. It's going to be
What
really
you're
important.
saying is the truth is finally coming out. You forced him to join.
Oh yeah. I forced my dad to join. You're
Yeah,
gonna
that's
get
why
it,
he comes in every day. Okay, this is algorithm.
Mikey.
Oh boy.
Darn internet.
Michael.
We know you're there, Mike.
We can hear you breathing, Mike.
We're going to tell you that.
But
I can just see her coming down the street with her German tank, Mike.
I will be putting a link to the articles below the videos. They'll also be on the websites at Mardox. I'm going to do an article of my own explaining what's going on. But really, really critical if you guys run, especially membership sites. Anything where you say to a person you have to sign up, you have to follow these regulations, and it kicks my ass into the third gear because the membership site software I was developing, I now have to make that compliant 100% because if John says, "Hey, I want a membership site and I'm going to use Nelson's software," he's counting on me of putting out a program that's compliant already. Well, why buy it if now he has to modify everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got to work on that. I got to get Mardox 100%. So there's a lot of websites out there that are going to get pinched. And I'm looking at places like masterresellrights.com. I went in today, and there's nowhere in there that says show me my entire file or can I delete my entire account. There's nothing in there that says that.
But it will be come March.
He's going to have to. He's going to have to.
May 25th. You have till May 25th. That's when the law goes into effect.
Yeah.
Passed 2 years ago in 2016, and will go into effect this month.
Well, we're gonna hear about more and more, I think, in the next 2 weeks here, because, like I said, a lot of companies, like even a guy at Master Resale Rights went, "What?" And I showed him. He had no clue about it. Like, it's nice to put a law into effect, but they're not gonna be able to enforce it. Nobody knows about it.
Well, I think the reason, I don't think it's not that people haven't been talking about it. I think it's that unfortunately, a lot of the tech field is Americans. And a lot of them are like, well, it doesn't affect us, and they don't realize it does affect them, because they're just thinking, oh, well, it's from the EU, who cares?
Yeah, that could be it too. Yeah,
and now they're realizing. I think over the next few weeks, what they're going to realize is it's very similar to other European law that came out with the cookies a few years ago, where everybody, even abroad, had to pay attention to that law when it came out.
Right, that's it. Mike, are you there, Mike?
Inform everybody that you were using
I'm
cookies.
here. You hear me?
Yeah,
Cheryl's having trouble hearing you, Josh. You have to talk louder.
Well, I had to turn my mic down.
No, not John. I'm talking about Mike.
Here, so.
No. Cheryl wrote that she's having trouble hearing Josh.
Oh, turn your speaker up.
A little bit.
No, not you, Mike. Not you, Josh. Cheryl, turn your volume up.
And Mikey, I did hear you say something again.
Hold on 1 second.
No, it's okay, it's okay. Yeah, but so European Union, when the Americans see that, they're like, that has nothing to do with us, and it's true.
Yeah, well, a few years ago, it was the same thing happened when they sit there and came out with the European Union cookie law, which I'm sure John's familiar with. In the European Union, you have to tell people if you're using a cookie on your website.
Yeah. And we do it flat out. We use cookies. Cookies must be enabled on to access the site. We say it flat out. It's not this, here's a blurb and you can cancel it. It says it every single time. It's a bloody annoyance. But it's there. Marduk's terms and conditions is going to be updating next week, next Monday. It's going to be old, freshly brand new. John took the 9 hours it took to read through it from one end to the other, right, John?
It's a novel.
It's a novel. It's a novelty. 105 or 116 clauses in there, but it covers everything. My butt, the butthole, the butt hairs, the leg part that connect to the butt.
Yeah, but does it have to be in multi languages now, or
no, just English. It's just well, it would be better if we had it in French, but to do it in French and other languages, I'll get a lawyer to write those in those languages, because that's if the one word is out of place, you're screwed. Yeah, you need a legal translator for that, not just a regular translator. Bye, Mike. Nice knowing you.
he took off?
Yeah.
Damn internet.
Darn internet. Yeah. So those of you out there that have websites asking for people's information, if somebody's landing on your website to read your blog post, I don't think that's a big deal unless you're using cookies. But if you have people logging in, it's critical. You have to look at these documents and pass the word around. Let people know. When I post the links up, let people know about it, and get the word out, because it's going to hurt. Somebody out there is going to get hurt. 20 million transactions. Ouch. I'm going to. The reason why I redid the terms and conditions at the TOS at terms of service at Marduk's, not rewrote it completely. It's been elaborated. And then as you go through different sections, or that you start using different sections, like when you start to use a social feed, the first ever post you put up, you're going to be told, here's terms and conditions that apply to these posts that you're going to do. Do you accept? You see? Because just signing up, it doesn't apply to you necessarily, because you didn't post anything. You're just signing up. So when you start to post, now it comes up with the uploading content part, and the rights that we have. Like, we have the right to redistribute that content and use it publicly. But if you decide that, no, I don't want to have that video up anymore, you can take it down. We do not have the right to keep it up. We have to take it down. You see? But you do give us the no royalty rights to that content while it's up. So those kind of things. And it's pretty neat, because then, like I told John, if you go into using the Marduk's API, which is the programmer side behind the scenes, that's a whole nother section. You see? So the system will then say, before you use this, do you agree to these extra terms? And then you can go back and look at the TOS inside Marduk's in your membership and see everything that applies to you. And then you can undo it if you want, and a whole bunch of stuff. Next week, though, that's going to be up and running, and I think it's going to be a lot better than just saying, here's a big block of text that may or may not apply to you.
Be back.
Yeah, John is like, forget this, I'm leaving.
Do I get 20 million in in-house credits for finding that?
Yeah, Dogecoin. Mikey, is it really good for you, Mikey?
Yeah, damn internet.
Is it true, Mikey, that you eat anything?
Mike, or is it damn internet? Never mind. I can't remember.
Damn it. Oh.
Mikey, is it true that you eat anything?
Hello?
Hello? Do you hear us? Hello? Cuckoo.
Hello?
Hello? Cuckoo.
No.
I don't think Mike hears us.
Well, let him give him a chance to answer.
He's just saying hello. Mike.
Hello?
No,
Okay, speak, Mike.
Hello?
He's not hearing us. He's not there. Anyways.
Piece of shit.
Dogecoin.
I'll get the.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes.
No, I got a problem with the internet.
Turn your speakers up.
No, it's got nothing to do with my speakers.
You can't hear me.
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, you do hear me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There you go.
No, it's just that the screen freezes and I've been kicked off of the Zoom.
Did you
The
pay?
hell?
Well,
Did you
that
pay-
wasn't the internet. That was him kicking you out on
Yeah,
purpose.
yeah. Did you pay your Zoom bill?
Yeah, my Zoom bill, yeah.
Yeah, I
No,
pay.
you're gonna. You have to pay his internet bill. I keep telling you.
I pay my Zoom bill all the time, every day. Maybe
See,
there's some. It's
yeah,
like
I've got my unable to connect.
it's the interwebs. Did you restart your computer, Mike?
Yes, I did.
Yes, you did. Did you turn it on?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Did you plug it in?
Yes, I did.
Okay, we're good so far.
Oh.
Did you call tech support and get the little Hindu guy?
Yes, I did.
Yes, you did. Oh, good, good. I gotta say Hindu person because it could have been a female. Anyways, Mike, do you know about the
I
new?
know people give him a lot of shit, but here's the thing: I used to wait till late at night to call the people because I knew they would transfer their phone calls to India on purpose. Because when I talked to people here, they didn't know what the hell I was talking about. When I talked to the guy in India, he's working for the same wage, but he gets $10 an hour, just like the guy here does. But the difference is he has a PhD in computer science, and when I talk to him, he's like, "Yeah, hold on 1 second, here."
Yeah, yeah. No, they are pretty good. They are pretty good over there. They are more dedicated to learning. They want to be excellent.
English may not be the best, but they got some tech skills. If you
Yeah,
get
yeah.
it right there,
That's
you're gonna have
true.
no problem.
My problem is half of the ones I do talk to, I cannot understand them. I just can't make heads or tails of what they say. And they got an accent, which I don't blame them because that's where they are. But then they were badly taught on how to speak, and they sound like they have marbles in their mouth.
Maybe that's
Mike-
what they thought was.
Mike knows what I'm talking about, right, Mike? Over at CB, Mike?
That's right.
Yeah, yeah. You see, Mike's just going.
I don't
so-
want to know what they're putting in their mouth. That's all I know.
So Mike, oh no, Mike. Well, Mike, if you got internet problems, turn off your video, man. You know, it's
What?
like
No,
no
well, duster or something in French.
Yeah, what?
I got video problems, man.
Yeah, well, what are you showing?
Oh, okay. You came on there briefly.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's just like
Go with some air can.
yeah.
That was good enough for today, Mike. Bye.
That's it. No, but I'm having some internet problem. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Me, it would be just call the phone company and tell them you want better internet and you want it now, or you're going somewhere else. They'll either just say, whatever, go somewhere else, or they'll kiss your ass and say, oh, no, we'll get it fixed right away, sir. One of the two things are going to happen. Hello, Nigel. How are you, Nigel?
I'm muting the mic. Hi, there you are, Nelson. Everyone, hi.
Yeah, we got a big meeting today. It's getting there. Hey, Nigel, do you know Nigel about the new regulations coming out called GDPR? Have you heard about it?
Hugely. In fact, we had a conversation about financing a merchant processing platform once upon a time. I'd like to talk to you about a May 25th synergy, which would require no money from Mardocs. High pedigree organization, bit under the radar right now. I'm working with the owner, and they're working with Amazon already, eBay. I mean, it's high profile, Saatchi, Unilever, and IBM.
Yeah.
And it might be that we need to have a three-way at some point. Respond to my Skype message if it may be indeed we can have a meeting at the.
Yeah, I didn't get anything from you for Skype.
Yeah. Well, what'd you say?
I didn't get nothing from you. You're not even showing us online right now on Skype.
Bizarre, Nigel in London. Maybe we can just meet in your room at the same time as we did the other day.
Yeah.
If
But
you're-
Wait a minute. You're all meeting in the same room, man?
yeah. Oh, they're now that I say hello, now everything shows up.
if you're in good.
Yeah. Taking lots of pills.
Pure pressure. Should I come up? Should I reserve and look for you at the same time tomorrow? Does that work for you?
Oh, well, it depends on what time, because we got the shows at 3 o'clock in my time, so that doesn't work.
7:00 a.m. Same time as last time.
I'll be honest with you, I don't know. I can try. With what I got going on, if I don't sleep at night, I wind up. I woke up this morning at 11 a.m. and I didn't even know it. I was like, what? Everybody was gone. Dog woke me up because dog had to go out. So. But Nigel, GDPR in Europe. You're in London. Have you been hearing about GDPR?
Well, I just told you what I told you. Hugely, this is maybe not GDPR. I'm talking about PD2.
Yeah. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. In the program.
GDPR is the new regulation out of the European Union on data privacy.
May 25th, yeah.
Yeah.
About,
Correct.
yeah, so there's you'll love the ethos. It's about putting the power in the hands of the people, the unbankable. That's what the conversation would be about.
But my question is, have you heard anything about this regulation? Like in the news in general?
Yes, I have.
You have? Okay.
In that respect, no. Basically, years in advance to the media was my fortunate integration.
Okay, because over here on this side of the pond, there's very few people that I hearing that say they know anything about it. You know,
well, I know about it. I can really know about it.
I think you'll love the no cost option for the group. And
yeah. We'll talk about it after and or tomorrow morning. I'll try to be there. I'll message you. I'll try to be there and we'll talk about it.
Okay, I've just messaged
you're talking about the other guy's name is John, right?
Pardon me?
The other guy you're talking about, his name is John, right?
No way. No, this isn't a whole different.
Okay, so something totally different? Oh boy, I'm going to be there for another 2 hours again.
25th integrated.
Yeah, okay.
And basically the John situation would have been highly costly to the Marduk's organization, whereas this would be no cost.
Oh, okay, we'll take a look at it.
The other thing is I've just Skyped you, so we're back in comms. If you scroll up, you'll see
Yeah, I see everything now. It's Skype. I said hello and everything popped up. It's like, boom, oh, by the way, this is everything. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate your interest. I'll let you get back on point.
Yeah, no problem.
I couldn't find you elsewhere, and much appreciated.
Yeah,
Thanks
no problem. No, I wasn't ignoring you. I don't ignore people, but yeah, you did good. You did good. Just come on board and chat. You got my direct number too, don't you? I gave you my phone number, I think.
No, if you put it in Skype, that I really wish I had had.
Yeah.
Then
Okay.
I would
Country
recipe for recovery.
Code 1.
So worked out okay, I think. Hi, Joshua. It's good to see you again.
Give me a second.
All my numbers.
Okay, so there you go. Do you understand what I wrote there?
Yeah, clear.
Okay, cool. I don't know if you call many people in North America.
My numbers are on my profile.
No, but I didn't know if you call many people in North America.
Oh, yeah, all the time. I pay for Skype.
Okay, cool.
Speak to the persons with whom I'm doing business. Good.
Okay, very good. No, that's the number. If you ever can't get a hold of me, use that number and you can get a hold of me.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay. No problems. If you can stay on the show if you want. There's no problem. John, you took off and went and got coffee and totally abandoned us. I don't know why, and I don't think the show was that boring.
Needed coffee, dude.
He went and got coffee and sat off camera drinking it, going, "I hate this." Let's see. Town hall. He's going to make us work and not getting paid. What's this Canadian thinking of? Regulations.
It came from this American that's always dealing with regulations.
Yeah, that's it. No, I think it's good. I think the regulations are good in the sense that, we do have to know where our data is being used. A while back, I was part of another program. I said, delete my account. They said, well, we'll suspend your account, and then the data will then be deleted 90 days later. And then I found out that during those 90 days, they were still advertising on my posts, on my sites, with my data that I wrote, my posts. And it was a blogging site. I won't say the name of it. But I found that to be a real pain in the butt. You're making money off of my data. And I said to delete it, to terminate my account. No, we do it in 90 days. If you don't log in for 90 days. And that kind of peeved me off a little bit, With this, they can't do that anymore. You do want to delete your account, it's got to be deleted. Done. Finished. Now I got John going, making money on my stuff, they say, huh?
You seem to be feeling even better, Nelson. Better than...
No, not really. Sick. Really sick.
Try to milk it as long as you can.
Oh, yeah, because I got my wife making me soup and sandwiches and let me sleep. Even a dog leaves me alone until the absolute last second, he's got to go.
Is he doing better, Marilyn, with his injury there?
Well, it's not an injury. It's a bacteria that forms on the skin, and
is it better?
Yeah, it looks better. I'm not washing it as often right now, not to irritate the skin. But good news is the fur is actually growing back where the bacteria was.
Mm.
So, but
Mm.
it comes with age with these dogs, and it's a bacteria they have. But as they get older, there's another bacteria that gets produced less, and they fight one another and keep that under control. And you uh, humans can get it too. And it gets. You might put a disclaimer up, John. Put up a disclaimer because this is gonna get. I, if you have your dog sit on your lap, just oh, I'm petting you, you're so cute, and the bacteria is down by their groin, and it happens to touch your bare groin, human beings could contract that same bacteria in the groin area. We refer to it as mushrooms. So. And I looked into this, like, you gotta be kidding me. And one person explained it. He had a bathing suit on, and part of the leg, really awkward, disclaimer. And a person contracted the same bacteria. We fight it off a lot better than they do. And within a couple of weeks, it's gone. With dogs, yeah, at a certain age, it says constantly they got that bacteria. You got to constantly clean that area and make sure that bacteria is kept down to under control, but it never actually goes away for them. And it's itchy because it causes little scabs, and the scabs are itchy on your skin, so they want to scratch, right? So when they scratch or lick or gnaw at it, they cause little holes in the skin. Now you got wounds, and when you get wounds, you get pus, and on and on and on, infection, and now you got antibiotics. So I got him to a point where he's not scratching anymore. So I think that's a good sign. I think.
That's a good thing, yeah.
I think, yeah. I do everything for this dog. This dog is a golden retriever, and he bloody well knows that he's purebred. He's royalty. He's fed. He's played with. He's cleaned daily now. I don't know any other males that want their groin cleaned daily.
Okay, I came back at the wrong time. All I came back was something about a golden retriever and cleaning his balls daily.
Yep, yeah, it's exactly it. I gotta clean his balls daily now.
And when I left, you and Nigel were in the same room. I don't know what's going on, man.
No, not. It would be like
No.
if it was anybody, it would be with Mike.
Oh, okay.
Those Surrey Vicinians? That doesn't sound good.
Oh,
Sururians?
no, those are Mickey's.
Syrians. No, not Syrians. Can't say Syrians.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, I'm just having fun with terminologies here. How you doing there, Mike? You still with us? Darn internet. I think we lost Mike. Oh, jeez. Hey, John.
Probably went for coffee.
Yeah. John, we're past the hour, Johnny.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are.
Are we?
Oh, no, we're not. You're right. You're sorry. I was looking at one line below. Sorry. Yeah, we still got 8 minutes to go. John, talk about something.
Cool, John.
Every show I talk about something grody.
When are we going to be able to submit 468 by 60 banner sizes on Banvertise?
You should be able to already. It doesn't let you do it.
Well, it doesn't say you can.
But have you tried?
It says 728 by.
Yeah, but have you tried to do it?
I don't know. I've got. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you about Banvertise. How do you delete a banner?
Yeah, I gotta put that function in there. You want to take one out?
Okay.
Somebody has Sport Ticket with the banner ID and yeah, give me the banner ID code and I'll take it out. But yeah, I do gotta put a function in for delete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my banners didn't come out right, and I don't know what I did. Maybe I submitted the wrong size because it's like real blurry and everything.
Oh yeah, it got stretched out.
Mm.
Yeah, that's it. 468 by 60, you say? No, you can't because it has to see 468 by 60. Yeah, send me. I'll go take a look at it after the show and see what's up with that.
Mm.
And I'll just wind up deleting your account and let you deal with it. But 468 by 60. There was a few other banner sizes that we were going to put up and let users use. I can't remember if they got put in or not. Another programmer who said he was supposed to be there and didn't get around to it. Is Mike still writing us stuff in the chat?
Oh,
here.
I'm muted, so maybe he can hear us now.
Hi, Mike.
Yeah, I hear you now. It took me a long time to fix this damn internet.
Oh, you called the Hindus again, eh?
South Asians.
Yeah.
People
Oh,
that are like,
South Asians.
yeah,
South Asian telephone, right?
That's right.
Yeah, there you go. The best of the best. Jesus. But no, it was a pretty good chat for today. I mean, talked about our town hall project. I don't know where it's going to go, if it's going to be any good or anything. It may not lead to anything at all. It depends on how many people show up and give us, want to vote on ideas or help build ideas, and how many people want to participate. It's a project. It's exactly it. But
These people contacting you and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Why don't they write comments like, on the broadcast and stuff?
Because they're probably not in the live chat. Not everybody comes in here.
Mm-hmm.
On the live chat, we got of everybody who's a member, very few people actually use the live chat.
Yeah.
But you've got. I would like to see them post, for example, at least in the social feed. That would be great. But I got a lot. I got people going, I don't know what to post in there. It's like, post whatever you want as long as it's decent. And they're like, yeah, well, I don't know. I have a photo of a funny cat. I don't know if that belongs. It does. It's like Facebook. Do what you want. Let's build something.
You saw my comment to your wife's post the other day.
What?
Remember the one about her offending people with the minion?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I still said a little card should say SJW on it. You'd have to log in and see, John. Actually, go in the account and actually take a look at the little minion photo.
Yeah.
Actually do something, Mike wants everything done. Mike wants one of not Mike. John wants one of these accounts where you just click and everything's done for you. Wouldn't you love that, right?
Yeah, point and click, and it's done.
Yeah, point, click, and it's done. That's it. Yeah.
The problem with the point click and it's done model, though, everybody says point click and, oh, by the way, can you change this? Can you change that? Can you change this?
Yeah. That's
no
true.
one ever wants to point and click because they don't want to.
That and these. And I used to say when I had my first cell phones, I don't use speed dial. I didn't like it because if I had to remember someone's phone number, when it came time to have to put the phone number in, what's the number? Because the phone's dead or whatever, or broken or whatever, I can't see the screen, whatever, I'd use a payphone, And then more and more I've been using the smartphone. More and more functions have where it's, just push the person's face and it dials them, Went to the store yesterday to get Puppy here a treat because he's a golden, he's freaking royalty, we were slaves. And the person said, what's your account number here? And it was my daughter's phone number. And I went, and I had no idea. And I didn't have my phone with me. So thank God I was able to look it up by the name. And I tried to tell somebody the last name of my daughter, which is an English name in a French province. They have no idea how to spell.
And whose phone is that?
Theirs. My phone was in the truck, and I wasn't going to walk out another 20 yards away, get my phone, and come all the way back. Forget that.
Mike's fault.
Yeah, that was Mike's fault. Yeah. Mike should have brought his butt down from Sturdy, BC, all the way here just to handle that for me.
I'd be pretty lost without my phone. I mean,
it is true, huh?
It's. I can't remember all this. That's why everything. Yeah.
Well, we used to.
Huh?
You used to remember everybody's number, and if you didn't need to, you wrote it down.
But I had it all written down. I had, papers all over the place.
So what happens if your battery dies and you need to get a hold of somebody? What do you do now?
I can just see John walking down the street with little yellow sticky notes all over the place.
Yeah, John used to be blonde. Yeah.
No.
Sticky notes. They're yellow.
Now, so I'm looking at Mike there, and if he doesn't pay his internet, you better check his Mardox account.
Oh, it's already been suspended. Mike, I updated PHP last night, and by doing so, IonCube got updated to 10.0. I need you to go look and make sure your stuff still works. If not, you gotta let me know, and we gotta figure out what the problem is. Because Mike is the only one using IonCube, because Mike is Bethel.
And he could blame me if it doesn't work because he's like, Josh said it was safe.
No. It's up to PHP 7.0. That works fine. But when we did that, the version of IonCube was no longer compatible with PHP, so it was updated to 10. But 10 is an experimental version. We're not supposed to use it, apparently. Damn internet. So either it works, or we're just going to get rid of it.
Hey Nelson, have you heard anything from Ernie?
No, I've not. He a couple times he said he was going to be on the show, and he hasn't showed up. Ernie, would love to hear from him. Can you get a hold of him and tell him, hey, you're expected to be on the show tomorrow?
Yeah, I haven't heard from him. So
Yeah, I think he's doing okay. I know he had troubles with his mom, but I think he's doing okay. I think he is. You know, but there's quite a few people. I mean, Diaz that hasn't showed up, and he was supposed to be on. There's quite a few people. But one thing at a time. We're gonna get him back into the fold. We're doing good there with shows of 12 to 15 people all at once on the show. And then we had people that got on the show, they left, and those suckers went out and tried to do what we're doing daily, because we're doing the madness, and they couldn't do it. 4 episodes later, and I swear to God, today went, screw it. This is hard. This is hard to do daily.
It's not as simple as it looks.
That's it. There's a lot involved. I mean, like today, I wasn't here in time to do the Twitch stuff, the streaming stuff.
Number one problem with doing daily shows is, what are we talking about today?
That's the thing. but then we got people that say they like that because it leaves it open. It literally is a live chat. Mm-hmm. You go to someone's house, you're not going to go there and go, well, I guess you would if they owe you money. But if you go to someone's place for tea, you don't necessarily know what you're going to talk about. You just know you're going there for tea.
Yeah, no, I mean, look at John. He teaches English for a living, so I'm sure he has lesson plans. Here's day 1, day 2, day 3. How many days planned out?
I know. I've tried that, but when you get to day 30, and it just starts to repeat the same stuff over and over and over again, and then people don't show up because they're talking about the same stuff. Already been there, done that.
It's not working, Nelson.
Yeah, I could have told you that.
He says, after he gets through the C-spot run, he gets to say, hey,
hold on, Josh, hold on a sec. Mike, do you have an error message?
The only error message I get is, this page isn't working. Hey,
no,
error 500. Error 500.
Server-sided.
You get an error 500? Can you send me the URL? Anyways, guys, this was the Marduk's Daily Live Chat. I'm sick and tired of talking to the entire world. My name is Nelson Buck. We do this show every day, Monday through Friday. It's a madness. And that's going to be our new slogan. And we do it at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, noon Pacific, and 9 p.m. Berlin time each day. So it's all at the same time. It's not 3 separate shows. It's all at the same time. I got people wondering, you do 3 shows? No, when it's 3 o'clock here, it is noon Pacific at the same time. And when it's 3 o'clock p.m. here, it's 9 p.m. in Berlin at the same time.
In 2 p.m. Central.
2 p.m. Central. Thank you, Brianna. She's awesome. She's awesome.
And in Surrey, BC, there is no time.
There's no time in Surrey because he doesn't know what to do over there. Mike hasn't worked for 2 days and he hasn't talked to me. It's like, hey, your site's down. Oh, well, Nelson, my site's down. Duh. When I call and message you, Mike, you're supposed to call me back. Okay, so before we go real quick, James Dawson, if you're not getting my messages, your cup and T-shirt are mailed out. I sent you the tracking code. The other T-shirts are coming here for Canadian ones with the mugs. And there's others of you that are elsewhere. I'm going to do those not next week, the week after. I'm going to get those all shipped off. Mike, John, Mike, I think I got one going to Mike next week. So I'm just breaking it up because it turned out to be like $500 in fees. It's a lot. But it's all going to get sent out. So anyhow, with that said, you guys can say bye while I try to go and find the button like usual.
Have a good one.
Damn internet.
Bye.
Internet, really?
Yeah.
Bye.
And then my cue. Where's the button?